Here we go again, guys. Not this again. Anyways, just like in Blue Box, we have this girl right here. The girl in the blue hair right here. She's eating her crumpets or her potato. I don't know what that is. They're eating something. Doesn't even look that good. But anyways, she sets up this triple date. Alright, guys? But let's get something straight real quick. Let's get this out of the way real quick. This girl, the blue-haired girl, her name is Himari Uzuka. Yu's best friend since middle school. She's good at begging and has people all to... What? Hold on. She's good at begging and has people all to herself and is an honor student at school, a daughter of a wealthy family. I read that right? Yeah, she's good at begging and has people all to herself. Like, what the fuck? Who made this? Who made this? Official site? Okay, maybe the translation's messed up. Anyways, and then we have this guy right here. Okay, he has no biography on Maul. Then, of course, we have the other girl. Right? The other heroine. Rion. Alright, so the blue-haired girl and the dude, they've been childhood friends for a minute now. You know, they're like little nothing but chibi elementary school students. And guess what, guys? Yeah, they joke around about their relationship. She's always joking about, oh, by the time if we both are not married by the age of 30, why don't we both get married? This and that, you know, they always joke around. And even in episode 1, she almost gave him a kiss. Alright, guys, but it was just like all a joke. It was all fun and games. So we all have all this, and of course, she didn't friend zone him. He friend zoned her and was cool with it because she was friend zoning him anyways. You know, she's always just playing pranks on him. You know, even her confession to him was like more of a prank. And so, you know, she's not taking this guy serious. You know what I'm saying? She's not taking him serious at all. And so we have this third wheel now. You know, the girl with the black hair, Rion. Right? So Rion. And she actually has feelings for our boy, Yu. So Rion has feelings for Yu. And thus begins the love triangle, guys. This is where it begins. Because she, like, the blue-haired girl, you know, Himari, you know, it's all fun and games. You know, she didn't really take anything he said serious. Even when after rejected, she was like, oh, you're so cool for rejecting me. It's not like she was even into him. So she's always playing it off. She's not into him. And she's always like, I hope you find the right girl. I'm hoping for your happiness. Yada, yada, yada. All this, she's just really brushing him off as a good friend. And even her brother, correct me if I'm wrong, even the blue-haired girl's brother, you know, Himari's brother, is like, he calls him brother-in-law. You know, he calls you know, a brother-in-law. And so, you know, it's like really deep-rooted, guys. You know, they've known it. You know, these two right here are like two peas in a pod. They've known each other for long. They vibe. You know, everybody even thinks they date. This is like Blue Box all over again. You know, Hina and whatever the Taiki. So, you know, they think they're dating and whatnot. They really get along, and they honestly should be dating. But, of course, there's always something in between. Why do women always do this? Why do girls always do this? So, the same thing with Blue Box. Until another girl comes in. And it's sad to see because the blue-haired girl set this up. You know, he set up, you know, the guy Yu to meet the black-haired girl. Rion. Inomoto. You know, so she set it up. And now, towards the end of the episode, guys, this is where it really just so hard to see these romance animes doing this to me. Why are they doing this to me? Why?
Bruh.
So she plays him off. They're pretty much friend zoned, but towards the end of the episode, this is where she's questioning everything now. You know, episode 1 was all fun and games. You know, we meet the characters. It's all great. It's all happy. It's all good lucky. It feels like a slice of life / comedy, romance. All this stuff. I've never seen Yu's eyes like that. So she's over here contemplating Yu and his relationship. And how he looks at the, you know, Rion. So she's over here like, why do I not feel that happy anymore? Why I should honestly be excited for them. You know, she set up the date. She even said that this was destiny for them to meet because this wasn't necessarily their first meeting between Rion and Yu. See, in that moment, Yu seemed so far away. I couldn't go back. So she's talking about the time where she was supposed to return because she left them. You know, she was trying to set them up, so she left them together by themselves. You know, it's a little bit down the episode right here. So see, you can see here. So she left him by himself right here, right? And so this is when they realize that they have actually met each other. Back when they were young, you know, he was lost, she was lost, and she guided him back to her parents, this and that. So you can see here. So it was like destiny. That's why the blue-haired girl thought it was destiny, that she should set them up. She should set them up because they belong together. You know, because they've met each other once. But bro, we all know Himari wants you, but she always keeps playing it off. She always acts like she's the ditzy one. She always acts like, oh, romance is not a big deal. Oh yeah, I don't know how to be romantic. I don't know how it is to love. All this stuff, right? So she's just always playing it off. And it's just sad to see, guys. And I understand. I understand her 100%. They're still young. You know, I think they're in middle school or high school. Let's read the description. So here's the description. Okay? So I'm just reading this off of my anime list. Right here, really quick. It was Mall News. Mall News wrote this. All right, a boy and a girl pledge lifelong friendship in a small town junior high school. The relationship between the two, who are destined to share a common dream, has passed 2 years without any particular development. All right, so they're talking about the blue-haired and you, right? Hinamari Yuzuki, a bubbly girl. Himari is the blue-haired girl. Yeah, that's right. Right? Yeah. Yeah, Himari. Yep, I'm correct. All right, so a bubbly girl who has yet to find her first love, and Yu Natsumi, a plant-loving boy who enjoys flowers, still spends their days peacefully as best friends, okay, in the garden club in the second year of high school. If you can't get married, I have to take responsibility, says Hinamari. I'm having trouble now because after Hinamari said that, your brother began calling me my brother-in-law. However, when Yu reunites with his first crush, the gears of the relationship suddenly go out of sync. Will Himari be able to accept her ideal friend now that she has found love? Or he? Boom. Boom. Just like that, guys. Now everything is coming full circle. Alright, guys. And look, Rion even got his number. You know, now they're getting along. You know, now they're actually have a chance of getting a relationship. I'm so happy for my brother Yu, because this isn't like Blue Box where, you know, Taiki, he doesn't know if Shidasu's even down for him. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he even knows. Here, this girl is actually into him, which I'm so happy about. Let me turn that down a little bit. So, you know, I am so happy for them both. I am so happy that they found each other and that they're and they actually have a thing together. They actually like each other from the looks of it, from the description. And she even says it felt like fate. A person was way closer to than any of my, you know, him as my best friend. So she's contemplating this shit now, guys. Just like fucking Hina. Bro, why do you guys do this to me? Why are you doing this to me? I really, when it began, I was really thinking maybe she'll open up more and be like, you know what, I gotta stop being dumb and actually pursue you. She actually likes you, and then, you know, they hit it off. But no, she had to set it up and lose him. That's why, see, that's why she wanted him to set them up, because she thought it was destiny. But no, now she's having regrets. Now she sees the error of her ways. Now the wheel of fate is moving, guys. But yeah, this anime, guys, first episode was pretty alright. You know, like I said, it was like the intro. We see how bubbly she is. You know, Himari, you know, we see how bubbly Himari is and how composed Rion is. And then we see how they get along. You know, the first episode was really fun. Let's see. Hey, here are my anime shows. And then episode 1. Let me see. So I can show you guys a little bit of episode 1 here as well. You know, see, we see how bubbly they are, what conversations they have. You know, she's over here just playing around. And then, you know, we see, you know, she's always clinging onto him. And, you know, they're so close together and yet so far. Just what the, like, bruh.
Bruh.
Why are you guys doing this to me? Why couldn't they just be happy together? Why must Himari do this to herself? Why? And even here, during the whole interaction right here, where was the kiss? Oh, I guess it was episode 2. I think it was episode 2. And yeah, even here, like, this whole situation was funny as hell. She grabbed her bosom, and of course she got punished for. I guess it was episode 2 where they faked the kiss. Let's see. Yeah, right here. No, not this. Where was it? I swear to, yeah, it was right here. They faked a kiss. This is like, why? This is so painful to watch. This is so painful to watch. You know, they're over here, and then she's like, all right, why don't you just kiss me? And then, like, of course it was just a joke right here. And then he plays her.
Bruh.
He plays him. Like, bro, look how close they are. Even if it's a joke, bro, come on, you know you got feelings. And she's like, and he's like, yeah, she's so pretty. Like, bruh. Big L. Huge L right here. Of course, she's like, it's just a prank, bro. And laughs at him right in his face. Come on now. Look at this. And then right here, he's like, yeah, so it was like, all right, hold on. 822, 820. So close, yet so far. Big L, guys. But anyways, that's all I really want to talk about. It's just a huge, like, bro, stop friend zoning your best friends and actually start dating, guys. Can you guys just, you know, relate to the Japanese? Date your bro right here. Look, he's right here laughing at him, bro. Come on. Huge L, guys. But that is all, guys. Peace.